Every night, millions of men over 60 are unknowingly damaging their testosterone levels, hormone balance, and bedroom performance with a habit that seems harmless. Are you scrolling your phone in bed? Checking emails or reading just one more article before falling asleep? That small habit might be the very thing weakening your erections. Urologists are now warning men about a hidden nightly behavior that's showing up in more and more cases of erectile dysfunction, poor sleep, and even prostate-related issues. It starts slowly. You miss a night of good sleep, no big deal. You feel a little off the next day but recover. But when that poor sleep continues for weeks, months, and years, something begins to change underneath the surface. Your testosterone starts to dip. Cortisol, your stress hormone, goes up. Blood flow becomes impaired. Nitric oxide, the molecule that makes erections possible, begins to drop. And before you know it, things don't work quite the way they used to in the bedroom. It doesn't happen overnight. And that's what makes it so dangerous. Here's what's really going on. When you use your phone or tablet before bed, even for just 30 minutes, your brain receives powerful blue light signals that tell it to stay awake. That blue light shuts down your melatonin production. Melatonin is the hormone your body needs to feel sleepy and stay asleep. Without enough of it, your brain doesn't enter the deep, restorative stages of sleep. More importantly, you miss out on REM sleep, the exact phase where testosterone reboots itself. A 2017 Harvard study found that even just 90 minutes of evening blue light exposure suppressed melatonin by up to 50%. That's a huge hit, especially for men in their 60s or 70s, when melatonin production is already slowing down naturally. So, what does your phone have to do with your ability to get and keep an erection? Turns out, way more than you think. Because once your sleep is off, hormones start to fall. Testosterone, nitric oxide, dopamine, these are all rebuilt during the night. If you're not sleeping properly, your body never replenishes. And this is when the spiral starts. You stop waking up with morning erections. You feel more tired throughout the day. You reach for more coffee, maybe even a little more sugar. That throws your hormones off further. Cortisol goes up. Blood sugar spikes. Inflammation increases. And in the bedroom, things don't kick into gear the way they used to. Here's what urologists are telling patients now. If you want stronger performance, more energy, and better health in your 60s and beyond, you have to start with sleep. And that means removing the biggest disruptor of all, your phone. Let's break this down even further. Inside your brain is a small organ called the pineal gland. This little guy controls your melatonin, release your body's natural sleep hormone. When the sun goes down, your eyes sense darkness and your brain responds by kicking out melatonin. That's what makes you wind down. But if you shine bright blue light into your eyes at night like the light from your phone or iPad, the pineal gland gets confused. It thinks it's still daytime, so it holds back on melatonin, which delays sleep, which shortens deep sleep, which means less REM. And that's where the most interesting issue begins. REM sleep isn't just for dreaming. It's when your body repairs hormones and blood vessels. It's also when your body goes through something called nocturnal penile tumescence. Basically, your body gives itself erections during the night. These sleep erections aren't just random. They're your body's way of testing out the system, keeping blood vessels flexible, bringing oxygen to penile tissue, maintaining structure. If those sleep erections stop happening, it's a sign of reduced sexual health. And the number one cause? Poor sleep. And what's driving poor sleep in modern men over 60? You already know. Dan didn't think much of it at first. He's a 64-year-old retired engineer. He eats clean, doesn't drink much, doesn't smoke. Yet he was feeling off. Low energy, less drive. And his erections had faded from consistent to questionable. His testosterone wasn't terrible, but it wasn't optimal either. When he saw a urologist for a full checkup, one thing stood out. Dan admitted to watching YouTube and reading news on his phone for about an hour each night right up until he fell asleep. The doctor challenged him, stop using screens 60 minutes before bed for the next 30 days. Dan replaced the phone with a printed book and soft piano music in the background. The result? Within 3 weeks, stronger morning erections, better sleep, and surprisingly even less nighttime urination. His prostate flow improved. His energy climbed. all without a single pill. Now, you might be thinking, come on, everyone uses their phone in bed these days. True, but here's what most guys don't realize. As men age, the body becomes more sensitive to sleep disruption. When you were 25, you could stay up all night, crash for 4 hours, and bounce back. At 65, you don't recover the same way. Melatonin levels are already reduced with age, so adding screen time before bed just makes it worse. It's like kicking a dog while it's already down. In other words, screen time before sleep hits older men harder and longer. When a young guy disrupts sleep, his body quickly recalibrates. Testosterone bounces back. But as we age, hormonal recovery slows down. Every night, mist chips away at your vitality. And yet almost no man thinks to link his bedtime scrolling habit with his loss of function in the bedroom. But here's the good news, it's fixable. You can start seeing improvements in just weeks. And it doesn't require a single supplement, prescription, or complicated lifestyle shift. You just need to stop bringing your phone to bed. Seriously, stop using your phone in bed, especially in the hour leading up to sleep. That one simple change may allow your body to restore testosterone, rebuild nitric oxide, and improve nightly erections. Dan did it. Thousands of others are doing it. You can too. Now, imagine this. You do nothing. You keep using your phone in bed. You scroll a little news, maybe check the weather, read a few emails. It feels harmless. But night after night, your brain stays overstimulated. Melatonin stays suppressed. Testosterone doesn't get its nightly reset. And so slowly, bedroom performance fades. That confident, energized version of you slips further out of reach. The worst part? Most men blame themselves. They think it's just aging. They think it's inevitable. But what if it's not? What if your body still has gas left in the tank, and it just needs the right environment to function properly? Dr. Alan Morris, a board-certified urologist in Florida, sees this in his office constantly. He tells his older male patients, you don't need to feel old if your body is still able to recover. And recovery starts with sleep. He even jokes that the most powerful performance enhancer he prescribes these days is disconnecting from your phone. Because once deep sleep returns, everything else starts coming back online. Hormone levels stabilize. Energy improves. Even the nervous system becomes less reactive. And this doesn't take months of effort. Some studies suggest that changes in melatonin sensitivity can occur after just 1 week of sleep hygiene changes. That means turning off screens, dimming the lights, giving the body a proper cool-down window before bed. Jim, one of Dr. Morris's patients, was a 70-year-old former pilot. He was frustrated. His blood work wasn't terrible, but his libido had vanished. He said, and I quote, "It's like the engine is running, but the wheels aren't turning." Turns out, Jim was falling asleep watching documentaries on his iPad every night. He thought it was helping him wind down. But when he swapped the screen for a printed aviation magazine and a warm cup of chamomile tea, things began to shift. By week 4, he was waking up refreshed. Erections returned. Intimacy with his wife improved. It wasn't a miracle. It was biology finally doing its job. That's the part most guys don't hear enough. The body wants to heal. It wants to return to balance. You just have to give it the right opportunity. So here's the actual plan. Make your bedroom a screen-free zone. Leave your phone in another room if possible. 1 hour before sleep, turn off all screens. The blue light shuts off and your brain starts producing melatonin naturally. Instead of YouTube or news, use that time for something calm. Read a real book. Listen to relaxing music. Take a warm shower. Talk with your partner. Simple things. But they tell the brain, hey, it's time to power down. Some men like to journal. Others stretch or meditate. You don't need to do them all. Just pick a few non-screen options that help you feel relaxed. Is it always easy? No. We live in a world full of screens. And habits take time to change. But what's 1 hour of phone-free calm worth to you if it meant waking up energized? Ready? Reconnected with your partner? Some men notice subtle changes after a week. For others, it takes 2 or 3. But the trajectory shifts fast. Imagine going from groggy to alert, from unsure in the bedroom to confident and connected. you're not just improving sleep. You're repairing blood flow, rewiring hormones, and reviving that vital drive that once made you feel alive. And it all starts by putting the phone down. Now, if you're thinking, okay, I get it, no phone before bed. But what if sleep still isn't great? That's a fair question. Because for some men, fixing screen habits is just the first piece of the puzzle. The next layer? There's one overlooked nightly trigger that may be disrupting your hormones, your bladder, and your ability to stay asleep, even if you never touch a screen. And most guys consume it without even thinking twice. That's what we're diving into next time. So if you're serious about protecting your manhood, recharging your energy, and sleeping the way nature intended, you're gonna want to hear this. Tap that subscribe button, because the next video could change how you think about your nightly habits forever. Stay strong, rest well, and I'll see you soon.